Okay. What's today's dating? Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 21st, our first meeting this year. We've had 2 months off, and I hope everybody had a good holiday. And we've had a good winter, as we know, no snow. So I'd like to open the meeting up with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'll take attendance, and I'm here. Okay, Kathy.
Present.
Carmella.
Present.
Cheryl. Charlie.
Yeah.
Anita.
Present.
Present. And then Debbie, I talked to her, she will be here. She's going to be a little late, but she will be coming. And I miss not having the meetings because you do cover so much during the meetings. Why don't I start with, as you know, we have a new individual here. Her name is Evelyn Greenstein. Grovestein, oh, okay. I get that green in my mind. She has been approved and is just waiting to be sworn in by the Board of State Selectmen to follow her in, so then she'll be our 7th member of this team. She used to be a member before. Can you give a little introduction to them?
Yeah, my sister was director, and Betty Ann eventually came in to help her as co-director, and I was chairman. I think I started before Betty. I think it was in the late 80s, and it was at least 15 or 16 years that I was on it. I was chairperson for most of that time. But then we kind of got discouraged with the town manager we had and what was required, and we weren't paid. We were all volunteering. Mm-hmm. And so we eventually just all left, and they had to hire someone. And I've been on the board for Tri-Valley for several years now, and they thought it would be good to have a liaison. And I had been doing, my sister had started the trips many years ago. I think it was in the early 90s. And she fought a 20-year battle with cancer and asked me if I would take over doing the nonprofit trips. So I've been doing them. The last one we did was kind of pre-COVID. It was 2019. We went up to Canada, Prince Edward Island, and did the whole stint. It was a wonderful trip. It was the first time they had done a trip in that area, and so we had first class everything and beautiful lobster dinner in Maine, and it was just wonderful. And I've tried to do some since, but you can't get the people, and since the Webster Times has stopped advertising, they had been advertising for a lot of people. Now I notice Webster has some trips, but they're posted in the Council on Aging, their article that they put in. So I would really be interested in getting going with that and starting that up again, as well as if there are problems at Tri-Valley, I can serve as a go-between for that.
One thing too, of course, with the COVID has made had a big problem with decreasing the ability of what senior centers and Council on Aging weren't able to do, because you can't get the transportation and all. But that's getting better now, but it's going to take a while to get back, and it'd be nice to get back up to that, to be so busy and do a lot of things.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I called everybody to remind them of the meeting today, it seems like only half of you stated that you did get the copy of the our last meeting on the 15th of November. Yeah. I know I didn't get it, but I don't think she would have given it to me because she already gave me my other copy. But I'm not too sure what the address is, that mailing address that you got at your, was it your email address that she sent it to, or?
She sent it via email.
Yeah, because But I think I went up to talk to her today, and she's not working today. I'm not too sure when she'll be back, but I'll have to talk to her and see where she sent the because what we want to do is have everybody read the minutes before they get here, so we can just accept it as read. As you read it, if there's any errors, we can make changes at the time instead of spending all the time reading it. I gave everybody a copy of the last minute if they want to review it, if they didn't get it, and we can spend just a couple minutes if you can quickly review it instead of reading it.
I say that being this, both of those were canceled, not enough people, so that, I mean, that's new.
No, it's been, but that's not new, it's always been that way. That's,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well.
but I have that, I'm gonna be bringing that up.
Okay.
Okay, and I did brought it up last meeting too, I think, but, yeah. Then that's, yeah, you probably won't at the meeting, because you haven't been,
Oh,
here that long.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. Does anybody else have any other changes or anything like that they've noticed? I know it's 2 months ago, so it's difficult to remember everything that was covered. But, okay, does anybody have any other changes or errors that they've picked up? Okay, does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes as read?
I make an appointment. I make a motion to accept.
And anybody want to second it?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll take them as read. Now, this won't be a very long meeting, because we've been busy, but the holiday season, we don't do a lot, so, where's my note? Paper here. Everybody did get a copy of the schedule for the annual meetings, the meetings, I should say. And also, I also gave you a copy of the members. I don't have you have one. You'll have to have.
I'm not officially here
Not,
yet.
not officially here, but at least this way you can get an idea about running of the meeting here. And, okay, and, Bemis Farms Nursery Workshop, on the old business, we do not have a new schedule yet from them. They always take December and January and February off. It's the winter time, they don't know what the weather's gonna be, so that they are going to, soon as they start thinking of having the monthly workshops, they'll send us the schedules. And then we will have to put it in the newspaper, and so then this way here people can sign up. It's still the same. It has to be at least 15 members of people here for the workshop. Otherwise, she's not going to. They don't want to come because it's a lot of expenses traveling, and they were not gonna come for 3-4 people. And also, we had changed it where they would pay for the program when they schedule themselves. I know, Debbie, you were going to talk to Webster and see about alternating or something about that idea.
We discussed it, we're gonna wait and see what happens on the first Bemis, who signs up in which town. And if we don't get enough, we can combine them into, they have the bigger facility. Theirs is a lot larger than ours, so, then we can make a choice if you wanna join. It's the same price, it's the same thing, it's 2 miles down the street, so
Yeah.
it's crazy not to, join them if you wanna do whatever they're running. for
Have
that
they
month.
thought about maybe going there 1 month and then another
Right.
month here? That way?
We've talked about it, it's just, we don't have the space that they have. They have a lot of space.
Do they have a larger number of people who,
Their
attend?
last 2 didn't run either,
no?
no, so we'll have to see.
Do they have a transportation service?
No,
No.
no, that's the problem too, there's no transportation between the 2 town halls. You can take the elder bus is
Right,
running,
right.
so you can call the elder bus and the elder bus can pick you up and bring you. But the elder bus stops although this, usually they come around 11, so we would definitely be within that time period the elder bus is running. But we can call the elder bus and have them pick up at one place and deliver them to the other if we so choose. So we can
And
look into something like that.
Is there a cost for the elder bus?
As of right now, it's free. Since COVID, it's been free.
Okay. Because I know a lot of times, well, sometimes there's, some members will be able to transport some other people who don't have the
Right.
transportation too. So.
Yeah, we can carpool too.
Right, so, okay. Okay, now the Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday meals, we had them and they went well. We had, we cooked, as a lot of us were there, we cooked the turkeys and everybody enjoyed the meals. And it was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. And we will be having another meal at some point. We don't know when, because we have another turkey that we can cook, but we're not in the mood to cook turkey again after 2 months in a row. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So we haven't really talked about it. So we do have a turkey meal coming up ahead of us.
But we did just cook for the Memory Cafe that last week. We
Right.
did soups and sliders. We did sandwiches and soup. So Jan and I both made a soup. We pulled together the sandwiches. So we did cook this time. So I'd like to try and do it every other time at least.
Yeah.
Try and make something. It's just they really love the home cooked meals over the pizza. They were thrilled
That
with
was
that.
excellent, they enjoyed that
They
very
did.
much.
And we served them too, and they loved that. They really liked being served. So they felt they were in a restaurant, which was nice though, but they liked that too, so.
And I noticed that you had the donation basket out, and you had money that some of the people gave.
Yes,
Some.
we did. We did get some money too, so it was nice. We did get donations for it.
And I did, I've noticed myself with the heat status in the senior center, it's always so cold there. But I think they are putting the heat on it's in the computer now, and they are starting it. Although today I went down there to check the calendar, and the card group was there today, and they were complaining that it was still cold. But it had gone up from 64 to 68. But then I spoke with someone, maintenance, and they said that one of the heat pumps was out. Yeah, so
They've had a lot of problems with the heat.
they
downstairs.
are having
But
problems.
They do work on it right away for us.
Right.
So.
And also, if it's warm outside, sometimes it's warmer outside than it is inside.
Yeah.
And that furnaces just don't like that, so they're not going to work for you. We're freezing while you go outside to go warm up. So, but it is better. And we mentioned something like about the Veterans American Heritage Museum, and Charlie, I think you had brought it up about the memory there that it was $18 a ticket, is that what, was that for the, retired individuals?
I believe so. I was hoping to coordinate with Steve at some point.
Yeah, 'cause I've called them and they haven't gotten a message back, so I'm waiting, because also then maybe we could get transportation. I don't know whether the elder bus would take care of the travel.
That only takes
They
8
only-
people, though.
That only takes 8 people.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
hoping to get a bunch of veterans, and that's why we're trying to coordinate. And that'll help us, get some things that are also interesting to men, and not
Yeah.
just the ladies. But the tickets would be 18. I was hoping that possibly we could have a stop at a restaurant or something, nothing fancy.
Mhm.
But it's all, we're hoping to fund it from the outside.
Yeah.
We know we don't, if we have 40 people who say they wanna go,
Yeah, we can't pay for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have those kind of funds, at least not yet. But, so, down the road, once the weather's a little better, I think we'll be able to discuss it and make some more, concrete plans and see if everybody's on board. I know Steve had mentioned a couple months ago that he was going to be talking to people and, I'm assuming, just getting an idea of if there's any interest.
Right.
And we might wanna be doing that at, the memory cafes and, the senior center. Just put something around, would you be interested if we schedule this trip? Maybe have a bulletin board, and see if people are, saying yeah. And it sounds boring at first, but if you look into it, I'd really go to something like that and enjoy myself, because they've got a lot of really good nostalgic exhibits and stuff, and sometimes they've got the planes out there, and well,
It's
my-
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there before. They have a lot of tanks
Yep.
and military weapons of the different wars in Vietnam. Right now, they have a Vietnam prisons. They have part or portion of Vietnam era prisons. I was assigned with a man who was released from one of those prisons, the Hanoi Hilton. He was one of our pilots at Westover. But they do have information about the prisons and how they treated our prisoners. And it is interesting. There are cars too. There's a lot of tanks. You can ride a tank. One time in the summer you could drive a tank. You had to sign a waiver, but you could ride in a tank. Not my idea of a
That-
good time, but
Oh, I would
that's-
love to, you
Would
have no
you?
idea. I've loved tanks since I was little, but I don't think I could get down into it and get
Oh,
out
God,
again.
yeah.
Yeah,
This is
confined.
where I
It's
go.
confined.
But, if we have enough interest, we want to do things that people are actually going to be excited and look forward to.
Mhm.
So, we'll try that. And then when we do that, the hope is that if we get some of the veterans to come, we can encourage them to come to a lot of the other events that we have here, and get some things for them to do too.
I know there are some people that are going out once a month, every 6 weeks or so, out to a restaurant to eat. And I haven't been able to make them. They just can't make it a lot of times. But some people are doing it and they're having
Subgroups,
fun.
yeah, that's fine. I think that's a good idea. If we have a little bulletin board,
Well, we do.
our restaurant group is thinking of going
Yeah, we have it. We
to-
have it up on the board,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have
I've
a
never
board.
noticed.
right by the kitchen, right by
Okay.
kitchen area, yeah.
And then, once something's coming up, if it's.
Yeah, we tried to keep it for
restaurant.
2 months. Sometimes we get delayed and not get 2 months ahead of time as much as we want to, but we do, like now, we have it for this month and for next month written down.
Next time I go in, I was in just the other day, but I didn't look,
You can tell Debbie's been cleaning up the,
looks beautiful.
yeah.
Ah, Lovely.
Wait until they paint.
Yeah. It'll look
They
very,
have done a
very
lot.
nice.
They've done a lot. Just leave it there. Yeah. But anyways, we also had a nutritionist in December the 2nd. She reviewed nutritious meals at Dollar Tree prices. And she was very good and was very, it wasn't, I don't want to say anything bad, but the thing is, sometimes these nutritional meals, they go into this food has sodium, don't eat this food and all that stuff. But it wasn't. It was how you got to look at the labels. But there's a lot you can cook out of the meals that you get there and being able to afford it, because with the COVID and everything else going on, people don't have the money to spend on grocery bills are humongous sometimes, but you can do it with the Dollar Tree if you're careful and you read.
Yes.
But she was very interesting. I think everybody had, liked it. Anything else? I don't know about the old business. The new business, okay, Memory Cafe. We have our next point. That was Sandy Allen played at the 16th. We had her once before, and she's very good. This time she had her amplifier, and it was very good.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah. In March, I can't remember.
March, we have the Woo Girls, WOO Girls coming. They sing 50s and 60s music, so that's what we have coming in March. Somebody different, she's never been here before.
Is it like an a cappella group, or do they play too, or?
I'm not quite sure of that.
Okay.
See, we have some new people coming in that have never
Yeah,
played
yeah.
before.
No, that's great.
Right.
That's
Now,
great.
in
That's awesome. 50s and 60s goes over really well.
oh yeah.
And they even had some 40s, so, they're going to play a variety for them.
Yeah.
And they're going to play for an hour.
Boys of
Yeah.
Company
Yeah,
City.
yeah. April, we have Van Egmont. He's a folk singer and storyteller. So he'll be playing. He's never been here. I got a grant to have him come. He's coming in April. And in May, we have Bates, David Bates. And he is, he celebrates the seasons. And he's coming in May. So he's going to play music for Mother's Day and Father's Day. And variety, so, and that's as far as we have gone as far as scheduling.
Yep.
Try another Mother's Day like we did last year, because that went over really well. Mother's Day in May.
We could think about, we haven't even thought about that going
But
that
that,
far.
it's not too soon to project out to
Yeah.
think about it, because we had a
What did you
wonderful
say later? I didn't hear you.
Mother's Day. Was it a memory cafe, or was it during the afternoon? We had a brunch type menu. We cooked brunch things.
Let me see,
Rolls, and we had flowers, and I forget what the entertainment
Yeah, it was
Do you
wonderful.
remember? A lot
Yeah.
of people enjoyed that.
That
Yeah.
was great.
It's on our website, I believe.
I
Charlie
think,
put
did
it
we
on
have
the
that same
website.
man that usually sang at the memory cafe?
I'm trying to find my notes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember coming in.
One that played the
place was
guitar.
closed, and I would-
Oh, no, was that the one that Jan's son sang at? Did your son sing at the
Yes.
Mother's Day?
I think he did. He sang at one of them, and it might
Can't find
have been Mother's Day.
Oh, maybe.
It was excellent.
I will have to look, because I have a funny feeling. I'm trying to write out some report at home, remember this. And I think the papers I'm looking for are on my dining room table.
The pictures from Mother's Day, they're probably
Oh,
still on the
we can do
website. to
something
see
together for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's still nice.
It really was
Yeah,
nice. I
you
invited
made
a
a
friend
big,
from church to come, and she enjoyed it a lot.
Right,
Or
yeah.
was that the?
I made it.
Yeah, but that's a good idea to give us something to work for, towards.
Yeah, not too soon to project.
Okay, now, the next thing on the new business is, it's up to Debbie. I'm leaving that up to Debbie. This is about, how, we need more volunteers for both the Memory Cafe and the Senior Center, because lately it's been basically Debbie and I. Because everybody, Kathy and Anita decided to take a vacation medically.
Choice.
Everybody.
Willingly, but
Yeah.
unwilling.
No,
So,
yeah.
I was saying, we're like a MASH unit, all of us this year.
Everything all at once,
Had
everybody got something
happen.
going on, so, but Debbie, I figured
But
she
we,
could.
we need to get some more volunteers, because if somebody's out, it's just, especially for the memory cafe.
I'll do a post on the Dudley Senior Center page that I have. I'll do one on my
We have it
personal-
advertised already on the Facebook as well as our senior
Oh,
center
okay,
page.
good, good.
Yes. Debbie LaPlaca has done that for me.
Okay.
So we do have it. I haven't gotten any, but we are in desperate need of some volunteers.
What about the newspaper?
It's been in the
It's-
notice.
Right. We've
Okay.
had it in everything.
And what about maybe reaching out to the high school to see if, especially for during the summertime, if we can get any young kids or college students from Nichols
We
to
could
come
do-
down
yeah.
and help?
Yeah, we could do that, but of course, we can't do it all, most of the year because they're in school, because of the hours that we're open.
So that's 2 months out of 12. We need more volunteers.
Yes. Is there any possibility of getting like a part-time, paid position that could help you guys? No.
We're on a budget, right?
And it doesn't allow for any small stipend or any.
I don't know that. I couldn't answer that without some researching it.
Free meals
And
are.
if I
all
did,
we
it
offer.
would be the volunteers I have now that have been there with me since the beginning.
Okay.
So if I were going to give a stipend, it would be to the 3 that I have.
Mhm. To the crew you have.
I wonder how Webster runs their, meals. Do they have a strict volunteer?
They have a lot of paid employees. They have a whole different program than we do.
Funds.
Yeah.
It's a different program. We're not on the same program they are.
So they have no trouble having people because they're paying them.
Well, they also have dues. I know they have dues. In order to be a member there, they pay, and I think it's like $5 a person to come in to do anything or see what's going on.
Is that annual or monthly?
They didn't tell me that when I
Maybe
went.
that would, I don't know, they may not be doing that now, I don't know.
I mean, I've met with her twice, and we didn't talk
Didn't
about
say anything like that?
No.
That has to be new then, because the last time I dropped off trip things, it was in effect, so.
So in other words, you're saying that they have to pay some $5 to do anything with them?
It was my understanding that there was a fee to be a member of the
Senior center?
One time.
senior center. Yes, a one-time fee, an annual fee.
Oh, annual, okay,
Annual.
okay.
Yeah.
But if anybody knows anybody, see, the thing is now, does Webster have Tri-Valley?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's,
They do,
okay.
and they
Yeah,
serve it
because,
just like we do.
the thing is, they have some rules that we have to follow too. And, not that much, but the thing is, we can just keep looking and hopefully, we can get, even if we had more volunteers, we wouldn't have to be the same people working all the time.
That's right.
And be able to take a day off once in
And
a
you'd
while.
like to have a schedule so people know when they're coming, and they could maybe just pick one day a month and come that one day. It would be helpful if you had a number of people doing that.
Right.
And that's a tax write-off, isn't it?
Probably.
If you volunteer.
Really?
Is that in Massachusetts?
I'll have to check into that before I do my taxes next month.
I thought
Yeah,
that.
Jan, you'd be a millionaire.
No, I'm sorry, I can't remember, but I thought that there was a tax
To a certain
incentive.
amount only, probably. They usually just do a certain amount.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I really,
Yeah, I'll have to
they
check
put
it.
a limit on
Yeah, I'll have to check into that when I, get my taxes done next month.
At our income levels, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but if anybody knows of anyone who's willing to, help out, and, that would be good, so.
And what would the hours be that you'd like them to come for we know about the memory cafe, but what about the meals? When do you need help for that?
Usually around 11 till maybe 1:32, by the time everything's cleaned up.
'Cause-
But if Jan and I aren't there, we need somebody there for 9:30, 10 o'clock to put the meals in the oven.
Yeah, but then Kathy and Anita could help with that too, because they know what
Right.
to do, you know, but, it'd be nice if we had somebody, yeah. But, we usually, Debbie's there, which
Right.
is good, but it's not always gonna be that way.
Yep.
Because you have to you know, we're not even, I don't know if you don't really have to be there when the food is delivered, but it's supposed to be as soon as, as soon as you can, because you gotta check the temperature and all that stuff when you get it. And, record it.
And that's why you have the safe serve, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in order to serve the lunches, do you have to have
No.
them safe? No.
Safe serve only has to be, so one person has to be
One person.
available who can monitor. That's it, and you don't have to be safe serve to help out serve the meals or anything like that, no. But they do want one person to be a safe serve,
Right.
and there is, we have like 4 members that have safe serve. Yeah, so, and that's basically, it's just it's showing that, because I know that an agency was having, yard sale when they were serving food, hamburgers, and DPH showed up. DPH, but anyways, they had to stop immediately, because there was nobody there that was safe serve, certified. So they couldn't even give it away, they had to throw it away.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
They
they
did that with
could not
lemonade.
serve because it was public and it has to be a safe serve. Somebody's
They used to have
certified.
someone, but evidently he wasn't there.
No,
It's meant
no.
someone usually.
But anyways, if anybody has anybody who might be interested, like I say, like Debbie said, it's not every day, not every week. We only serve meals on Mondays and Fridays. Memory Cafe is the third Thursday of every month, and so it wouldn't be all the time. So they could have time off and everything like that, and.
Yeah, because if you did have a schedule, like you were saying, only like once a month, maybe twice a month, you might have people who aren't as afraid to volunteer because they know that they are scheduled
Yeah.
for that specifically and only that time.
You probably have to have somebody call to remind them, because once a month comes before you know it. You know, if it's your turn and you're not used to doing that.
And it'd be nice to do that by email, because it's so much easier
Do
than
that, yeah.
calling. too.
Oh, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's why on the report, the members, their emails are there too, that I have for everybody. And, yeah, okay, now, dementia-friendly program, I will be doing a short program for the, children making the confirmation at St. Anthony's this year. It's not a full session, but I'm hoping to at least do half of a session with them, because it's going to be the 9th and 10th graders. And I'll be doing that, so then I can cover a lot of information, so they could still be qualified with the first portion, and then the instructors can also sit in on it too. And I told Father he could also. You know. It was a big smile. He looked at it, we'll see. You know. But anyways, so then this way here, we might be able to get some more people to take the second portion of the dementia program. So then we have more instructors to start teaching classes again. We've been kind of on a held back type thing because we've been so busy. And with the COVID, it has made a problem with the COVID, because a lot of things weren't allowed to be done. And let's see. I wanted, Debbie, is it the 24th that we're having, is it Dennis Hackengazer?
Yes, we have somebody coming this Friday, the 24th, to speak on elder abuse, all types of elder abuse, health insurance, health care, phone. So he's coming in, living at home with any elder abuse. So he's coming in this Friday to talk. And then on the last Friday in March, we have someone coming in to talk about people who need assistance with their phones. If they have a hearing problem, if they have a little dementia, there's ways that they can set a phone up for them where they could get a picture and not have to know a number to dial. And for those that are, have sight problems, so he's gonna come in and talk on that and what they have to offer. And it's all free from the government. Both programs are
good.
government related, so.
I just saw a commercial on something like that where this was related to people with auditory problems. And the phone looked like an old kind of office machine, but it has a screen, and as somebody speaks into it, it prints it right out as they talk. And that was also, that's why when you said that's gotta be the same thing, and it's federally funded.
Right.
You just, I guess, make a call and you have to verify you have the need for that type of service.
Right.
And everything's free, the equipment and, you
Mhm.
know, so.
They'll set it up, so
Yeah.
he's going to come in and speak on that, in March.
This is Friday, March, the last weekend, on the
The last
Friday.
Friday.
I think it's the 24th.
I've got my watch, I got it right here.
And Deb, you have that advertised as you walk in downstairs, and that's an excellent billboard. And I just had a thought, maybe you could advertise for volunteers.
It's on there too.
It is too.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Yeah.
It's Facebook as well, and it's on Facebook
And
as
it's
well
on
as
there,
our,
because everybody comes into the town hall, that's a great advertisement. Yeah,
when it switches, it has, volunteers also.
oh, it does, yeah, no takers, huh? Mm.
And the date is March 31st for that last speaker.
No, I think it's the 24th. I'm sorry.
24th?
It is the 24th. yeah.
Okay, it's 24th, okay. Very good. Well, that sounds interesting, you know, so.
Well, you know, maybe the town would wanna do some type of tax incentive to get people to volunteer. I don't know.
Mm.
You mean like a real estate tax, reduction?
They do that in Rockport. My sister lives, and then she goes to the senior center up there, and she said they have people that will do their taxes every year if they wanna bring their taxes.
And that may be what I was thinking of before, maybe it's the actual town that gives the tax incentive if you volunteer so many hours.
Yeah, we'd have to work on that if it's the town, because they'd have to have some program set up, because,
Right.
you know,
Right.
you know.
It would be good for the community.
What?
It would be good for the community.
It would be.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, like you said with the high school kids, they have to volunteer to do certain things. But like again, it wouldn't help us that much, because when they're available is not when we need them.
Right, they're in school.
That's the only problem, because we don't run, like now, that's why we changed the memory cafe from 3 to 5 to 2 to 4. Because a lot of the elderly can't drive at night. They, you know, when it gets dark, it's difficult for them to drive. You know, and also, I guess I was also reading, if nobody's had the COVID vaccine, they're having it at the library on the 24th from 12 to 4, 21st from 12 to 4, and 10 to 2 on the 24th. The vaccine, and the early comers will get a $75 card, Visa card or credit card, until they run out.
This is in
Is that
March,
next
you're
month?
talking
March,
about.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is in March, yeah, so,
All right, that's the 21st of March at the Dudley Library.
right, the 21st is 12 to 4,
Yeah, and the other day.
24th is 10 to 2. I don't know, I don't know, I didn't have anything down about if you have to volunteer, you have to, whether you have to schedule or something like that ahead of
This is
time.
our Department of Public Health, Dudley Department of
It
Public.
doesn't say, 'cause
It was on Facebook too. I
Yeah.
saw it on Facebook.
yeah, I saw it on the thing, I was saying,
The town of
yeah,
Dudley.
yeah.
It's downstairs on that sign too, you can see it when you leave.
Okay, I'm not getting one, I don't want it.
I had them already.
I had 'em. I
Been
wish I
there, done
didn't.
that.
I get $75, but I already have.
I know,
Okay, now, I'm all set. Does anybody else wanna bring up anything that haven't mentioned?
Did your new dog make it to the Memory Cafe?
I'm sorry?
Did your new dog make it to the Memory Cafe?
No, not yet. Not yet. I have hardly been out of the house. Broke my toe Christmas Day, and then I broke it again 2 weeks ago. I thought my house was on fire, and there was a fire truck. And it turned out it was a 10 o'clock delivery from Amazon, but they had red flashers and yellow flashers, and they were beeping, and I was asleep, and I went running in the dark to get to a window, and it was Amazon.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I didn't know they delivered that late, but yeah, they do. They do. It was too late for me, but, so I haven't been out, never mind, able to bring the puppy around. The puppy is now over 40 pounds, and she's only 17 weeks old.
Wow, what is it?
A Great Pyrenees.
Do they get that big?
She'll
Yes, she
be
does.
130
Beautiful.
pounds
Soft
probably
white, so cute.
when she's fully grown and this high.
My great grandkids would love that. They'd have a horse.
Well, the
Okay.
former veterans agent, he has a Great Pyrenees. He used to be downstairs, Reg Haleva.
Oh.
And he used to bring his dog, and it was a Great Pyrenees. And that dog is so relaxed
Yeah.
and calm.
She's still in definitely the puppy stage, and she looks like a full-grown dog.
Oh, gosh,
So
yeah.
you think, oh, but it's just a baby, and she.
Right.
Okay,
I
if there's
will get
nothing
it.
else anybody has to bring up, I will announce our next meeting is on March 21st at 3:30 up here, and if nobody has anything else to bring up, does anybody want to submit the closing of the meeting?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Okay, every second it?
I will.
Okay. Thank you for everybody, and we have a lot of work ahead of us, though. And Debbie's been doing a good job, she really is.